are getting more divided as as humanity. But community of strangers is about accepting that we are different, and we have always been different as a species in our little tribes, in our little groups of ethnicities or faith groups or gender. But at the end of the day, we can be together because what binds us together is our common humanity, isn't it? And that's what community of strangers is. It's that we learn to respect each other for our different beliefs, but then we accept that we are actually a community of strangers.
So the stranger bit denotes it's okay to be different?
Yes.
Or does it denote a distance, that you can be a distance from someone and still be part of a community? In other words, I can see you, I don't have to be you.
No, you don't have to, but you have to respect me for who I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because that's what it is, and that is how we build a community, that we are different. We don't have to disrespect each other. We can be strangers, but we can still live respectfully together.
I do know when I first met you, my first thing was a mistaken to shake your hand and of course, culturally different. But 2 years on, you're my mate. You're my mate. Yep. I don't care. I don't see hijab, I don't see a Muslim, I see Hafsa. Those other things are secondary to what you're talking about, shared humanity.
So you see the individual for who they are, because you've known me for 2.5 years, and you know what I think and what I believe in and what my values are.
Scary. No, I mean, with the ability to share humour, I think is one of the most basic connecting points.
Yes, because laughter is what binds us.
Right? That and food.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Why do you think community of strangers is so important at this time, this discussion?
There are quite a lot of reasons I think it's important, because of what you see in the geopolitical sphere is where we see more divisions being created. Most of the time, different leaders, for their own benefits, are dividing communities into the smallest pieces they can to tell us that they are not us.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that, obviously, and that's why we are doing Community of Strangers, because with Community of Strangers we want to highlight that, we are one. We are a human species. Now, if I were to just take it back and we go lift us up above all the divisions we have created for ourselves as humanity, and go above that and go, what is the most significant problem we are dealing with as a species? Climate change? Can we come together on that issue together to help us resolve that? Because I don't see that climate change is only going to impact some people or people who belong to a particular group. It's going to impact all of us.
It's not doing just plumbers.
No.
No. Not just the Hindu faith.
No.
No. Not just academics.
Not just academics.
It's all of us, is it?
It is. And you're going, well, we need to lift ourselves to the idea that we need to be in this together. And only when we are together, we can thrive. So what do you hope to achieve through Community of Strangers, the project in its,
the project,
sense?
I hope it becomes a resource that can sit and answer some of the questions that I think everyone at some stage in their life faces. And that may be young people asking the growing up type of questions. Where do I fit? How do I stand in this place, in this world? Where do I belong?
The bit about belonging is one of the critical parts of Community of Strangers, because what we want to do with that is, as a species, we have an innate need to belong.
Yep.
We want to belong to something. With Community of Strangers, I think we want to give the impression that you already belong to the human species.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you already are part of this human community.
Yep.
The deeper conversation as individuals is, I have an ability of free will. How am I choosing and making the right decisions when I make that decision about belonging? Which is not about breaking communities apart, but about strengthening communities, isn't it?
So is that as fundamental as looking again at shared values and the expression of those values? Because it is understanding that we have biases and preferences, that we have a tendency to like those wearing the same t-shirt as us. If we can understand that, and understand that it's a natural phenomenon, but it doesn't define us, then we can start to say, just because I'm not from the Muslim faith, that doesn't stop me being your friend.
No.
And just because my cultural references are Christian, or my cultural references are, I like to drink a beer occasionally and eat far too much pizza, you're still going to be my mate. It doesn't matter. It's not big stuff.
It's the need to look for connection, which is then goes back to the idea of belonging. And then you want to be respected for who you are and what you believe in, and not be looked down upon for that, because it's the confidence in the identity that you hold that you're always looking for. You want people to respect you for who you are and what you believe in.
And part of that, I think, is proximity to difference. You can theorize, you can do whatever you like to define what, but I can't know you unless I walk alongside you.
But do you have to walk alongside me
No.
all the time?
I don't, and by golly, I'd expect you to say sod off. But you're quite right, you don't have to, and that's the community of strangers bit. I know you enough to respect you. And maybe what we're saying here, there should be a level of respect that is automatic regardless. The first thing we say is, just like me, you are human. Just like me, you worry. Just like me, you want to be happy. Just like me, you have children that you want the best for. And once you start doing the just like me stuff, finding the difference becomes a lot harder. And why would you?